Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. Here I'm going to talk about the WRC, and I'm going to talk about Sebastian Loeb coming back with M Sport. Now it's something that we've been talking about a couple of times now, because, well, a lot of people have been asking, is it a good thing to see Sebastian Loeb coming back again? This really is something that is questioned quite a lot. And in this video I'm going to explain, and not just because I'm reusing the same footage that I have been for the past couple of days, why this is the best possible way that we can have this happen, because I think it's a good thing to have him coming back, and especially in the way that he's doing it. So, the way he's doing it is in a 4th Puma Rally 1. Now, he might be entered for manufacturer points by M Sport, especially considering that Fulmo and Greensmith aren't anywhere near as experienced as Loeb. And that's fine as well, but it means it's not impacting on their time in the WRC. He's essentially like a kind of satellite entry in a way. He's being entered by M Sport in a 4th car that traditionally wouldn't score points, and he's not actually impacting on the journey for Fulmo or Greensmith or Craig Breen, who back in 2018 ended up getting 2nd place in Sweden and then had to sit out the next rallies because Loeb was back in the car. That caused a massive dip in Breen's form. So he's not impacting on any of the other drivers, apart from in a positive way of having the greatest of all time in the WRC behind the wheel of one of the cars, helping with setup, but also helping with points and advice. I mean, if you look at who Loeb's teammates were, after he'd had Carlos Sainz and Colin McRae as his teammates, when he started to be a champion, his teammates were the likes of Danny Sordo, Francois Duval to a degree as well, you could apply this to, but also Sebastian Ogier, or even like his old rivals like Mika Hirvonen. They all benefited from his knowledge. Ogier's been the same. Like, you can see it with Ogier and Tanak, you can see it with Ogier and Evans, you can see it with Ogier and, arguably, you could talk about Mikkelsen and Latvala back at the old Volkswagen days. But the other reason why I want to talk about it is a lot of people are like, oh, why does he keep coming back? Why is he still in the WRC when his first title was nearly 20 years ago? And I think that that's a bit of an unfair thing to say. Because if we think back to, well, let's talk about his teammates when he was at Citroën in his first full-time season in 2003. Like Carlos Sainz, for example. The 1990-1992 World Rally Champion was active in the WRC until 2005. He was active in the WRC for over a decade after his last title. Likewise, Colin McRae, albeit with 2004 out and only part-times in 5 and 6, he appeared in WRC until over a decade after his title. Marcus Gronholm won his last title in 2002 and ended up competing until, what, I think his last guest appearance was it 2009 or 10? And then, of course, 2019? 18, 19? I can't remember, in the WRC. So, it's actually not unprecedented at all to see Loeb coming back again and again and again. This is just the best way to have it, because it means he's not impacting on somebody else's drive, for example. And I think Ogier is the same. Like, we're talking about Ogier in the kind of lens of, oh, he's going to be sharing the car with Lappi. And Toyota have said, oh, we're not going to put Lappi in a potential 5th Yaris if we are running 5 of the Toyota GR Yarises towards the end of the season. Because that'll be for another young driver, which I think is pretty cool. But it also means that I hope that if Ogier does do a part-time at any point in the future or try to show up for a rally, it doesn't impact on someone else's drive. Because these kinds of roles in WRC are finite. I look forward to seeing Hayden Paddon back in. I hope he's going to be back in next season for New Zealand. I don't know which team, but most likely Hyundai, innit? But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I know that these are my thoughts. I think it's brilliant to see. I think it's brilliant to see that we're going to have Loeb back and in the way that he is. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.